Welcome to episode 2 of Capo. You're here with St.Mdnght in the mix. No Jamer Square this time. Sitting beside me. I know who it is, but I don't think you guys know who it is. It's my homeboy Cabbie. What's happening, man? I haven't seen you since. It has been a while. I think the sun was out. Right?
Yeah, it definitely was.
The sun was out. It was hot.
Was
People were smelling like onions. Like it was gross.
Yeah. But I can order stuff bad these days though.
Hey, that's neither here nor there. We're here now. We're here now. Today we have a little bit of a beat breakdown for you. I'm really excited to get into it. This one was actually commissioned to me by a coworker, and I thought, yo, I'm not the dude to make beats, but let me approach my guy because I know he has the juice for it. What can we say about this beat, man, before we break it down?
It's it's something that you kind of drew on with like a modern flavor of like a South Asian, Indian, flip. So
that's
like,
exactly what it is.
Yeah, like we had
we had Jasmine in the background laughing.
Like we had to bring the trap to the, to the. I didn't want to use the wrong dance name for it, but hey, back in middle school, like all the bang girl performances. Don't be that guy. Correct, but back in middle school, like rare performances from like my South Asian friends.
Yeah,
I had to perform with some of those actually too, which was crazy.
Did you?
Yeah. That's like everybody that's That joint, we had to. I think it was like I can't remember. My friends would know from home high school. We had to. So I had some reference. For where to go, but obviously we worked together on that too.
We had to. We had to.
And it turned out pretty hard.
I would agree. Yeah. Shout out to Jody who asked me to do this little thing, and to you for getting it done. Man, let's get into it. Hey Jamalo. Let's go into this breakdown. Let's break it down section by section. Yeah. Can we start with the actual sample itself?
Yeah. So like me, like I'm assuming this is probably why you hit me up. I'm always sampling. Mm-hmm. So and I'll take small pieces, but like at the same time, because it's for a wedding, you want to have the memorable moments or the big moments.
Most important parts of the
so the nostalgia is still there. So it's more of like a ditty, ditty sort of approach with it. You don't want to like chop it too much.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
But I started when I was listening through the song. I think I got to this part. So as a hip hop producer, I was like, that's kind of like the break.
Exactly.
And that literally became like the foundation for the whole beat and the rhythm I was going with.
Because it starts literally with the drum break that you sample, and then we go into the vocal elements and building from there.
Yeah.
For anybody who is a sampler-based producer or somebody who even likes to DJ using samples, always start with your break beats, man. Let's go into that section that you sampled. Let's hear it right now.
Yeah. So I ended up pitching it down a bit, and obviously I think I kept the same BPM because I like the rhythm I was going at.
Yeah.
And like of course the dancing is gonna be a big part of just the experience of the song, so I didn't want to take away from that either.
Absolutely.
And so I pitched it down a bit though, and I just made sure it was matched the same BPM. I didn't want to take away from that, so I ended up with this. And so like already I'm sort of imagining what the choreography might be like, right? So like I can see people just rolling in from like opposite sides of the dance hall.
Exactly.
People just coming through like I don't want to do the moves either. I don't want to do. You're from Toronto, you know what I'm talking about. We're a multicultural city. Everybody knows what's going on. You know what I mean? Yeah, just pull up in the car. But so I had that drum break, and then of course since you wanted that modern bounce, I decided to bring that in early, just so people understand what was going on.
Yes.
So I'm playing. And then I brought the vocal sample in too, so that when people hear, because they might not recognize the drum break, but they're gonna recognize this chant here from the song. So I chopped the vocals from the song just to have that build up going.
So that was merely an executive decision that you had made, not necessarily knowing the importance of certain aspects of it.
Yeah, like the reference and context for me was that one is they're most likely gonna be dancing to it. Like I saw a choreographed dance
for sure,
and then so everything was like sort of built around
that aspect.
Yeah, like making it complementary to like the phases
the dance
in
culture too.
The phases in it.
Nice.
So obviously with the vocal chops in the beginning, I wanted it to be like sort of like a chant or a call.
Can we hear that aspect that you
so the call
chopped?
Yeah, so the call was like, I wanted it when people start coming in and dancing, whatever, I want people to recognize the song through that.
Yeah.
And give it like pieces of it, not the whole thing, just so they can build that anticipation.
Yes.
So like so it's like the last part of Malo. So I had the echo there at the end, but I know, right? Yeah, so this is what it sounded like with all the drums in it. They might even incorporate that into the choreography somehow too. But
Absolutely.
you want them to understand in this section as it's building up that we're sort of combining cultural influences.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Nice.
So it's not just gonna be like just a reintroduction of a song you already know, but like we're bringing a different flavor to it. You know what I mean? Something new.
Can you show us phase 2 after after the break?
So another thing that I knew with the drums already, with the drum break, needed it to sound big, because I feel like just the drums in like a lot of South Asian Indian songs, like they're just, I don't know, like it just takes up a whole room, and it's like it's very, even in the movies, like you have like a whole like you have the whole city basically dancing during the music, the Bollywood musicals, you know what I mean? So you have to make it kind of like feel like a large festival or something's going on, you know?
Yeah.
I didn't have those big drums, but I ended up using drumline drums to sort of
emulate that same kind of
big style.
Yeah.
And that's kind of funny because like Alana and trap and drumline, it's like all part of the culture. Like
100%,
part of the school culture. So it was interesting to like bring that together. So I'll play how that intro kind of falls into the actual,
the drop.
Yeah.
Let's pause it there for a second. First of all, that was a really clever little break that you had there with the hi-hat roll.
Yeah.
That was super slick.
Yeah.
And with the horn that came in right after the end. That was like a dancehall horn.
Yeah.
Like what? Why?
I just felt like
the
energy was like when I'm playing it and I'm like imagining it and sort of getting into it myself.
You got a stack face on making this, weren't you?
Yeah, when the 808s came in, I had to come on.
Come on.
You know that's how the trap drums, like the trap beats just drop with the 808s, so I had to, once that came in, like I just had to feel it. And so even with like that little break where I had the hat sort of highlighted with all the other elements pulled out, like, that was just a highlight. That was just a highlight, like you know what I mean, like. Don't forget, like this is what we're trying to do, like make it very clear and obvious what's happening. You know what I mean?
Now, can we explain phase 3, because you have a tendency not to stay within the same, I guess, setup from top to bottom.
Yeah. So you actually help with that phase when we're trying. Yeah, I had to. So like when I was transitioning to. You know, like there was that third phase or whatever. There's a transition phase, and then I would call it like there's a period after this part where the transition, and then the real actual third phase.
Can we hear?
You want to do the transition to the?
Can we hear that?
Yeah. So like I'll play it
the setup before it, and then we'll go into it and break it down.
So after that little hi hat drop, it goes into I'll play it from here because it's pretty much similar. So that's one of the memorable parts you want to the original song. bring back that memorable piece from the song.
Yeah.
Just that little. Obviously, I'm not gonna repeat what bro just said. Yeah. So it's kind of like another build-up, right?
Exactly.
So like that sound effect was about to. I know. So before I even let that play, I want to bring up what you sort of helped me with.
Yes.
We thought to reference the I can't remember. It's the Punjabi remix that Jay-Z came on.
Punjabi MC.
Yeah, Punjabi MC.
But there's the original song to it.
Yeah.
The producer, I forget the name of the producer that made it. But Google is free, so we about to look that up. Forgive me, y'all.
Yeah. But
wait, maybe Jasmine knows. Jasmine.
What?
What's Punjabi MC? What's the producer name?
Producer name?
That DJ.
I don't know.
Yo, no, that man's name is actually Punjabi MC.
Yeah, you said also.
Yo, cause
I thought you were talking about the beat maker for the. No. I thought you were looking at the beat maker or something for the when you said nah, bro. That's him.
Yeah. Anyway, that's dude.
So he was like the framework for like the bounce.
Yes.
And like of the third phase.
Yeah.
And like
moving into 4.
Yeah, and luckily I didn't have, even though I didn't have the big drums I was looking for like that I ended up using for the drum line. I had like Asian drums. I have an Asian drum pack that
which is what we hear immediately into 4.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
So
can we hear the lead up into that?
Yeah, so I had that little sound effect before I paused it with the drop.
To kind of let people know that this is the next thing coming.
Yeah,
nice,
so,
nice.
Play that right now. Punjabi MC, like that joint, the bass line was the hardest. Like even in high school, I went to Catholic high school, and we had like we would play. You know, like Nintendo, we had those dance games. I can't remember.
Dance Revolution.
Yeah. But like like the Punjabi MC song was on there, and people would always play that joint. People would always want to dance to that joint. Yeah, it was on there. So because the bass line was just hard.
Exactly.
And so that's what.
Speaking of the bass line, you added a little bit of sub bass that I was thinking of. Making sure that we had in the bass line, starting from the intro. Maybe you can just single that out and play for the people so we can explain it.
Yeah, that was just, let me play this right here. So that was like, it's like almost it's almost at a faster BPM of Punjabi MC of the bass line that's going on there. Because his was like, something like that. Like
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that bass line, it was basically, I wanted to sort of emulate that same bounce.
Right.
But obviously for this tempo, right? And so that's what. And then there was even, I think one of the drums from the Asian drum pack had a sort of a low end element to it that I love. That I always hear in a lot of indie music. I'm trying to see if I can isolate.
Oh yeah.
Hear it, right? Yeah, there you go. So let me isolate that. I believe it was this one. Yeah. So I hear that, like that. I love that sound too. So and I felt like it complemented the sub bass as well in the low end a bit, just with the bounce. Yeah. So like, I just combined as much as I could with that, and then of course a lot.
Yeah.
And so I made sure to have that in there. Let me make sure. Basically the chant that was in phase 3.
Exactly.
Yeah. And so that was the other memorable moment I wanted to sort of make as like nostalgic and a recall for people in the audience who would be there listening to a song that I'm sure many of them knew. So and then there's the finale at the end, but like again, even in this phase 3, even though the new bounce is introduced,
or 4, you mean to say?
Oh yeah. Before I get there, like I still brought back that drum break.
Exactly. That we heard in the beginning.
Yeah, exactly.
To kind of reminisce.
That was the foundation
the intro.
for it. Yeah, for sure. but then so for the end, phase 4 was just like. No, because this was still phase 3 that I'm talking on.
Oh, okay, got you.
I'll still explain this part. And phase 5 was just the ending, right? So like usually at this part, like I'm just imagining like they've gone through their whole choreography, whatever. Exactly. They're just ending. So like, and then usually like I always see like there's always that big hitting of like the drum, and like stomp or whatever. So it's just emulating that sort of energy at the end there.
And with the ATL drum line.
So mainly I heard a lot of applause at the end there, so I had the echo there.
Exactly.
This whole beat was like based in just envisioning a choreography happening
and collectively it probably took us maybe 3-4 iterations?
Yeah, because we had different bounces.
Yeah.
I think essentially you have to pay respect to the bounce, the bounce that you're trying to almost recreate. I mean, like if you're trying to innovate it, that's another thing. But like at the same time, like you're gonna have to start somewhere, right?
Absolutely.
And you have to pay respect to like every culture. I feel like has a specific bounce. If I'm using trap drums, like those hats have to complement that rhythm.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like can't disrespect the motherland from where you're referencing from. You know what I mean?
Here.
Yeah, don't disrespect the motherland. You know what I mean? Like, you just gotta keep it 100. So like,
we love to hear it. We love to hear it. Man, it's great having you.
Thank you for having me.
Episode 2 in the new year. You feel me? February 1st is our record date, folks. We're gonna sign off. So you can hear Hey Jamalo. Where are we gonna keep it? We gotta post it, man.
We gotta post it. If y'all wanna post it, and if y'all do performances to this, please record it. I love reposting stuff.
Tag
to my music, so
you guys know exactly where to get it.
I know there's bare clubs out here where you guys are just dancing at all these events, all these extravagant weddings. So like,
are we gonna have to like pitch it to every Indian DJ?
Yo, fam, I'm down. Like, if you're bumping at a club in India, fam, that's crazy.
Let's make it happen.
That's crazy.
Let's make it happen, bro.
Yeah.
Folks, seeing is believing. We're here. It could be deceiving. So make sure you hit us up on SoundCloud. Make sure you hit us up on what else do we got? Like the podcast app. Make sure you watch us on YouTube. You're watching us right now. This is Hey Jamalo by. I'm not even gonna say it's by me and you.